Hello friends, my name is Jayant. Welcome to Maths with Jayant. Today we're going to learn about the basic types of fractions, and we'll also learn the conversions of one type of fraction to another. So let us start with today's topic. Have a look at these two sets of fractions. Over here we have 3 by 4, 1 by 4 and 2 by 4. And over here the second set is 5 by 8, 7 by 8 and 6 by 8. So what do you notice in these fractions? Do you notice anything? Look at all of these. In the first set, all the denominators are the same. That's 4. And the second set also, all the denominators are the same. That's 8. Such fractions where the denominators are same, such fractions are called like fractions. So like fractions are the fractions whose denominators are the same. Now let us move on to its next type. Now look at these fractions. We have 5 by 9, 6 by 8 and 7 by 10. And 6 by 7, 4 by 12 and 1 by 3. So what is there? Look at the denominators of these fractions. 9, 8, 10, 7, 12, 3. In all these fractions, the denominators are different this time. The denominators are different. And what are such fractions called? These sort of fractions are called unlike fractions. So like and unlike fractions are the opposites. So now we've understood this. Let us look at these fractions now. 3 by 6, 8 by 9 and 7 by 12. In all these fractions also the denominators are different. So like this, even these are unlike fractions. Let us move on to the next type of fraction. Now let us look at these fractions. Over here one set is like and the other is unlike. But what is common in them? In all the fractions that we've seen in this video till now, all of them look at the numerator and the denominator. Numerator, denominator, numerator, denominator. 8 and 10, 6 and 10, 5 and 10. Over here also 7 and 9, 6 and 8, 6 and 8 and 2 and 3. So now these the numerator is lesser than the denominator. 5 lesser than 10, 7 lesser than 9, 6 lesser than 8, 2 lesser than 3. So in all these fractions, the numerator is lesser than the denominator. So this is our next type of fractions. Such fractions where the numerator is lesser than the denominator are called proper fractions. So this is the next type, that is proper fractions. Now let us move on to our next type of fraction. Now look at this. Suppose you want to take 5 parts out of 4. Is this possible? Let's see. So we have a whole which is divided into 4 parts. So how much is this much? If all of them are equal and I've taken all of them, then this becomes 4 by 4. 4 parts out of 4. And now if I take one more part like this, so this becomes 1 by 4. And if I join them, then we get 5 by 4. So this is the concept of these sort of fractions. But in this case, the numerator is greater than the denominator. Now look at 6 by 2, 7 by 3, 8 by 5. All these, the numerator is greater than the denominator. Such fractions are called improper fractions. Again, proper and improper fractions are opposite, where the numerator is greater than the denominator. So this is a fourth type. Now look at these fractions. 5 by 6. The numerator is lesser than the denominator. So this becomes a proper fraction. But here the numerator is greater than the denominator. So it becomes an improper fraction. So like this we have got proper and improper fraction. Proper fraction numerator is lesser than the denominator and this the numerator is greater than the denominator. But look at this fraction, 6 by 6. Here the numerator is equal to the denominator. So what is this? Is this a proper fraction? Is this an improper fraction? Or is this nothing? So actually the numerator is equal to the denominator. So we know that this is a proper fraction. This is improper fraction. Even this is an improper fraction. If the numerator is greater than the denominator or the numerator is equal to the denominator. So that means the numerator, if it is greater than or equal to, then it is said to be an improper fraction. So the greater than or equal to symbol is written like this. Over here the numerator is greater than or equal to the denominator. So like this we make this change. So even this is an improper fraction. 5 by 5, numerator equal to denominator, it is an improper fraction. 7 by 7 also, both of them are the same, it is an improper fraction. Now let us move on to our next type of fraction. Now let us come back to these diagrams. So this was 4 by 4, this was 1 by 4, and we had combined this to make 5 by 4, which became an improper fraction. So this was an improper fraction. Now let us look at this now. Now 4 by 4 can also be written as 1 and this is just 1 by 4. So what is 1 plus 1 by 4? In these cases 1 plus 1 by 4, we just remove the plus sign. So we can write this as 1 by 4 like this. We can directly write it like this. So this consists of a whole number and a fraction. Such fractions, there are whole numbers there as well as a fraction. Such fractions are called mixed fractions. So mixed fractions is a whole number and then a fraction. Numerator by denominator. So this is how we can say that is a mixed fraction. Such fractions are mixed fractions. Now coming to an important question, that is, how do we write a mixed fraction? Let us say you want to represent 2 and 5 by 8. 2 and a 5 by 8. So 2, 5 by 8. We should not, this is fully at the top. It's just mixing up with the numerator. This is really bad. We should not write it like this. This way should not be written. 2 should not be at the extreme top. Okay. So let us try writing it one more time. 2, 5 by 8. Now over here 2 is fully at the bottom. So this looks a bit like 5 by 28. It should not even be fully at the bottom. Even this is not allowed. Let us give one more try. 2, 5 by 8. What do you say? Is this right or wrong? It is correct. This is correct. Why? Because this is in the middle. The fraction is over here and the number is, it's like the fraction is placed in the middle. The number is also in the middle. The number is not at the bottom or not at the top. It's at the middle. So this is how you write a mixed fraction. Like this, 4, 3 by 7, 5, 2 by 8. Now let us move on to our next part. So now let us discuss conversions from one type of fraction to another type. So we are going to be discussing 3 conversions. The first one being unlike fractions. We are going to be converting unlike fractions to like fractions. This is our first conversion. Moving on to a second conversion. Over here we are going to be converting the different improper fractions, we'll be learning how to convert them into mixed fraction. And then we are going to learn how to convert a mixed fraction to an improper fraction. So let us learn each of these conversions in detail. First, let us start off with unlike to like fraction. This is our first conversion. So let us take two fractions, 3 by 4 and 5 by 6. So let's see what we can do. Do you know equivalent fractions? If you don't know equivalent fractions, you can watch my video on equivalent fractions by clicking on the I icon or by clicking on the link in the description. Okay, so let us see. Now 3 by 4 can be also written as 6 by 8. It can also be written as 9 by 12. And it can be written in many different ways. 5 by 6 can also be written as 10 by 12. Can also be written as 15 by 18. And it can be written in many different ways. Now 9 by 12 and 10 by 12 have the same denominator. See? Without changing the value of the fractions, we've converted them into like fractions. But all the time we won't be listing out equivalent fractions. So we need to, with the help of calculations, we need to find a suitable denominator. And which number should be the denominator? Let us take the same example again so that you understand properly. So, what should the common denominator be? It should be the LCM of the numerators, of both the denominators. That means it should be the LCM of 4 and 6. And again, if you don't know LCM, you can watch my video on it by clicking on the I icon or the link in description. So 4 and 6. So like this, if we find the LCM, then we are going to get the LCM as 2 into 2, 4 into 3, 12. So the LCM is 12. And now 3 by 4 should be converted into something by 12. And 4 into 3 gives us 12. So 3 into 3 we are going to do. 3 into 3 is 9. This becomes 9 by 12. Looking at the next example, 5 by 6 and something by 12. 6 into 2 gives us 12. So we'll do 5 into 2, which will give us 10. We've got 10 by 12. And over here, like this, we've converted them into like fractions. Let us take another example to make this conversion more clear. So let us take two fractions. Let's say 9 by 10 and let's take 5 by 12. So let us see. So 9 by 10 and 5 by 12, they both need to have a common denominator. So what's that? It's the LCM of 10 and 12. Like this, you'll divide, and then what is the LCM going to be? You'll find that it's going to be 2 into 5 into 2 into 3. So let us look. We have 2 into 5 into 2 into 3. 5 into 2 we can solve first becomes 10, and like this other calculation becomes easy. 10 into 3 into 2. 3 into 2 becomes 6 and 10 into 6 becomes 60. So the common denominator is going to be 60. We figured out the common denominator. So let us now do the conversion part. So 9 by 10 and something by 60. 10 into 6 gives us 60. We will do 9 into 6. And we know that 10 into 6 gives us 60. Now we have to do 9 into 6. 9 and 6 are 54 and this is 4. Now look at this. 12, 5 by 12 and something by 60. Now 12 into 5 gives us 60. We will do the same to the numerator. So we have to do 5 5s now. 5 5s are 25 and now these fractions are converted into like fractions. Let's move on to our next conversion. Let us now do our second conversion, that is improper fractions to mixed fractions. Let us take the example 7 by 4. How will we convert this improper fraction to a mixed fraction? What we are going to do is that we are going to do 7 divided by 4. So like this we get 4 1 the 4 and we subtract and we get our remainder as 3. So the quotient that we get is going to be the whole number part. The remainder that we get is going to be the numerator of the fraction. So this is going to be the numerator of the fraction. And this is going to be the denominator. So like this we get 1 as a whole number and 3 by 4. So the corresponding mixed fraction for 7 by 4 is 1 3 by 4. Let us have a look at another fraction that is going to be, let us take 14 by 3 as one more example. So let's see 14 by 3. We are going to do 14 divided by 3. 3 4s are 12. We subtract and we get a 2. This should be the whole number. This is the numerator of the fraction and this is the denominator. So like this, we get it as 4 and 2 by 3. Now how will you remember this? 4, this is whole number and this numerator, this denominator. How does the clock go? It will go like this. So like this, we'll go like this. So this becomes a whole number, numerator and the denominator. Let us take another last example for improper to mixed. So let us take this time, let us take 15 by 3. So look at this. We'll do 15 divided by 3. So 3 5s are 15. We subtract and we get a 0. This should be the whole number part. This is the numerator and this is the denominator. Now look at this. 0 by any number below, how much ever big it is, its value is going to be 0 itself. So we don't need to write this part. So 15 by 3 just comes out as 5. Okay, so now let us do our last conversion, that is mixed fraction to improper fractions. Now let's do our last conversion for this video. That's mixed fractions to improper fractions. We're going to do mixed fraction to improper fraction. Let's see how do we do this. So what we are going to do? Let us take a mixed fraction to 1 by 3. So how do we do this? What step should we do? We are going to do this into this. And then whatever answer we get, that plus this. So this is how we are going to do it. So we are going to do our denominator into the whole number. And on this we are going to add the numerator, which is 3 into 2 plus 1. 3 into 2 is 6 and 6 plus 1 becomes 7. Okay, so are we done? Okay, look over here, we got 7. But weren't we supposed to convert it into an improper fraction? How did it come 7? What's the numerator? What's the denominator? So 7 is the numerator, but what's the denominator? The denominator for this fraction was 3. So for this also the denominator is going to be 3. These two are going to be the same. So this is going to be 3. Let us take another example. Let us take the other example. Let us take 4 2 by 4. Now 2 by 4 can be simplified to 1 by 2. So 4 2 by 4 is going to be the same as 4 1 by 2. And now let us solve it. We are going to do 2 into 4 plus 1. We are going to do 2 into 4 plus 1. The denominator into whole number plus numerator. 2 into 4 is 8 plus 1 is 9. What's the denominator? Going to be 2. Let us take another example this time. Now let us take a big mixed fraction. Let us take 6, 7 by 9. We are going to do 9 into 6 plus 7. Denominator into whole number plus numerator. 9 into 6 plus 7. 9 6 are 54 plus 7 is going to be 61. The denominator is going to be 9. So, like this we are done with our conversions. So, hope you understood the types of fractions and these basic conversions. Let us just recap all of them once. Let us recap. So, today in this video we learned 5 types of fractions. We have like fractions whose denominators are the same, like 2 by 3 and 1 by 3. The second types of fraction we had was unlike fraction, the denominators are different variant. 4 by 5, 6 by 9. Then we have proper fractions, the numerator is lesser than the denominator. 7 by 8 and 6 by 12. Over here the numerator is lesser than the denominator. And the fourth is the improper, where the numerator is either greater than the denominator or equal to the denominator. Like this, 9 is greater than 5 or 6 is equal to 6. And then we learned about mixed fractions where there is a whole number and a fraction. 2, 1 by 3 or 4, 5 by 6. Then we also learned the interconversions. That was from unlike to like fractions. We have to find the LCM of both the denominators and then we have to convert it. Then from improper to mixed we have to divide that and then the answer that we would get, the quotient used to be our whole number, then the remainder used to be the fractions numerator and the divisor used to be the fraction denominator. And then for this, how did we convert mixed to improper? We did denominator into whole number plus numerator. So, hope you understood. Thank you very much.
Thank you for watching. Please like this video, share it, and subscribe to my channel for more videos. Thank you.